Shabbat Shalom. 84 years ago, Temple Israel was founded by Rabbi Leon Fram on the principles of Zionism, the belief that the Jewish people had the right to a homeland in Israel. Rabbi Fram differed from many of his colleagues at the time in his unwavering support of Israel. He dreamed of a congregation that would be built on this dream of Zionism. How many of you know that that is, in fact, why we are called Temple Israel? Some of you. It's true. And today, decades later, we see Rabbi Fram's vision of supporting Israel coming true as we teach about Israel in every single classroom with students at every age in very different ways. But I doubt that even Rabbi Fram could have imagined just how engaged our students are in learning, talking about, challenging, defending, and loving Israel. Yesterday was Yom HaAtzmaut, Israel's Independence Day. So tonight, not only are we honoring our teachers, but we're celebrating Israel. So I invite you to come with me now on just a few stops as we peek into some classrooms from this year to see how our students learned about Israel. Our first stop takes us to a crisp fall evening where Rabbi Josh and I, newly self-proclaimed college professors, sit in a circle with 14 high school students about to begin teaching a brand new class in partnership with American Jewish University. Using texts from Genesis and Exodus, as well as modern stories of Israelis and Palestinians, we begin to engage in conversation about who owns the land and what exactly does that even mean? If you continue to stay in this class with us over the next 16 weeks, you'll watch as these students learn there is so much nuance regarding the Israel-Palestinian conversation. You'll see that at times the lessons we taught even challenged what I believe and made me a little uncomfortable. But that discomfort helped me provide those 14 students with tools to better respond to the anti-Zionism and anti-Semitism they're facing in their high schools and likely will face on their college campuses next year. Our next stop takes us into a 7th grade classroom where on this night, our amazing Shinshinit Shachar spent some time with our 7th graders. Shachar is one of 5 Shinshinim, a group of post-high school Israelis who have been spending a gap year here working in schools, teaching, and making connections with students. They will spend their summer at Tamarack before going back to Israel for their army service. As we peek into this classroom, Shachar is sitting in a circle with 25 7th grade students who have spent the last month and a half learning about Zionism and Israel's history. They've each written questions anonymously about Israel they would like her to answer. The class sits silently, a miracle unto itself, waiting for her answers. What's your favorite Israeli food? Schnitzel, Shachar replies as she describes how her mother makes it. Is Israel a fun place to live? It's the very best place. We have everything, beaches and mountains and deserts and cities. You have to come visit. And now you know me there. For 45 minutes, Shachar answers questions about school and TV and sports and the army until the last question. Is it scary to live in Israel during the war? One student has written. Wow, that's a big question. Shachar replies, it can be scary, but it's also just how we live. We know where we need to go to be safe if there's sirens, but we also just need to live our lives. Our 7th graders have big questions, and we're here to help them respond and support them in finding answers to those big questions. Now come with me to a scene from just earlier this week as we stand outside welcoming our youngest students in the drop-off line. As you watch, smiling as the students walk into school carrying backpacks that are bigger than they are, 2 4-year-old girls jump out of their mother's car dressed in blue and white, shouting, "We're celebrating Israel's birthday today," and go running off into the building. And later that day, they did just that, as their whole class boards an imaginary plane, passports in hand, bound for the Ben Gurion Airport. As they land in Israel, set up in Herman Hall, students visit a shuk and go shopping for apples, oranges, fruit snacks, and juice boxes using the shekels provided to them. They visit the Kotel and share their prayers and their wishes. You watch as one student draws a beautiful sun and writes that he wishes for peace. Me too, buddy, me too. And then they get back on the plane, returning home to Temple Israel, where they disembark and walk through the hallways waving Israeli flags and sharing stories from their trip. Theodor Herzl, the father of Zionism, once said, "If you will it, it is no dream." Rabbi Fram willed Temple Israel into existence, dreaming of a place that would teach about, support, and love our Jewish homeland. But that vision could not have become a reality without the hard work of our teachers and staff to make it happen. I could have taken you on a journey to a dozen more stops to see the amazing learning that was happening connected to Israel this year. Our ECC and Religious School teachers are fantastic dreamers, coming up with the most creative, innovative, out-of-the-box ways to engage our students, but they're also the most dedicated, most passionate, most driven staff, devoted to making sure that each lesson meets the needs of every student, challenges even our littlest learners, and encourages everyone to think just a little bit more. On this Educators Shabbat, we honor our incredible Temple Israel teachers. Teachers, thank you for your dedication and your passion. Thank you for making a difference in the lives of your students, for taking the time to listen, to hear, to care. On this Shabbat, may we dream like Theodor Herzl, may we will it to be like Rabbi Fram, and may we bring it to life like our teachers. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may this be God's will.